Hey everybody, it's Harold with Buckeye Outdoors, and we have the initial review, first real good look of the Fenix HM65R. If you watch the unboxing video, I was like a kid in a candy store because I've been waiting for this light for some time. This is a super unique light by Fenix. In some of my videos, you'll hear me talk about how I like it when a company kind of breaks out of the mold that it's in and tries something very different. In this case, they did. With a near full magnesium body of the HM65R. Super unique light to Fenix. It's kind of class breaking in that sense, and how it was designed and the materials that it's made of. It's a pretty exotic light, right? I mean, they did a heck of a job with this. Very impressed with it. So I just want to go over the light a little bit. Again, you can get this at Fenix Lighting USA. Do check them out. This light was sent to me by Fenix Worldwide for purposes of review. However, as with all my reviews, I am honest. If I don't like something, I'm going to say it. And I've always been that way. And you all come to trust me for that. So, here's what you get. You do get the packaging, which is kind of helpful packaging. Okay, let's take a quick look at the pertinence here. Now, if you need to freeze your screen, go ahead. Trying to hold it still, but I got one arm. My arm is still in the sling, unfortunately. Now, there is a runtime graph available for these, and I remember in my unboxing I said it may be flat. I was wrong. Pardon me. That is a very long, gradual drop in lumen ratings. Not a big deal, but you do need to know that. Alright, so if you take a good look at that. Alright, so that is the packaging. And there's really nothing else. They've kind of moved to this mode of packaging where it's mainly for like retail hang tags. You do get your Fenix warranty card. You do get a micro USB. Trying to get the focus there. There we go. Which, not micro USB, type C. I'm sorry, I'm half out of it today, guys. And the light itself plus the manual. Good look at this thing. If I'm not wrong, that's a pretty low serial number. I may be wrong though. I'll have to ask them what their serial number sequence is, but this may be the 13th one made. I'd be really surprised if it was. Right, so let's get into the light a little bit more. Again, this was a pretty neat concept from Fenix. Not anything I've ever really seen them do like this. I always like it when a light kind of pushes out of its comfort zone in the manufacturing process and the materials used. I do believe the back, I cannot tell if that's magnesium or some type of resin. I just can't tell. It's so hard I can't tell. The port on the back. Isn't it beautiful? We're going to go over the pertinence here and then look over the light some more. It does come with a Fenix battery, which I will show you here. And that magnesium has such an interesting feel to it. It's almost like a granular metal. It's interesting. Pretty cool light, right? So the manual and then the modes. Alright. Battery level indicator, charging port. Now here's what's cool, is this light does have a lockout mode. Basically you depress both buttons at the same time and you can lock the light out. That's a pretty nice thing actually, because sometimes you may throw this in a backpack or a bug out bag or whatever. Now at the bottom obviously you have the runtime chart. You can see that regulation is not completely flat, but it goes on for quite some time. Very minimal dropping in lumens, but it will drop over time. And that's about it on this. Let's see. I do not know the type of LEDs that are in this. They are Cree, but I don't know the specifics, you know, on which exact LED are in these. I can't find that out. Pretty nice though, right? So the light itself, again, you have a 2-button light. Now on the top, you do have a battery level indicator. So right now it's showing that I have 3. So that's, I think that's roughly around 80%. So yeah, about 75. So each one correlates about 25% of battery usage. So do know that. You'll also see, we get it facing the way you wear it on your head. On your right hand you would have spot, on your left hand you would have flood, spot, flood correspondingly. And for the spot, they used a really nice orange peel reflector in there, backed up by this bronze brass bezel. Not too deep, but boy, this light's floody. The floodlight itself looks like a tear optic with a kind of a modified lens, kind of crenulated, not crenulated, but you know what I'm saying. So to turn it on, press and hold, low, medium, high, low, medium, high, just like that. Nice and simple. Press to hold to turn off, spot, low, medium, high, turbo, low, medium, high, turbo, low. Now here's where this light's really cool, right? So we both know we can do one or the other. Well, we can do both. Just like that. Or I can turn this one off and leave that one on. So that's what's really nice. You have the versatility to crank out 1400 lumens. The Beamshot video is going to be a blast on this thing because it's so floody. Like this setting, the lowest setting here on flood, it would be good for like in your tent, something like that. Second highest setting, I can literally hike to that. And the highest setting literally floods a room with light. Though that in conjunction with a very floody spot, and this light just gets it done. Now, it's not gonna, you know, be the best throwing headlamp in the world. It wasn't designed that way. But it definitely seems to get the message out. Definitely. Just take a look at this thing, right? Isn't it gorgeous? So again, on the back, and I've been playing with this, is the Type-C USB port. And, you know, it's kind of hard to get this open, but here's why I like this, the location of it. It's tucked away in an area that you're really going to have a hard time getting that, right? This is going to be on your head like this, so you're going to have a hard time hitting that to knock that loose. I mean, I can knock it loose after some work, but it takes a little bit to do it. I can get it to loosen, but it takes a lot. But, you know, where it's at, it seems to be super secure and not coming out of there. The mechanism for the tilt is pretty standard, but rather robust and beefy. It's kind of your typical ratchet system, but it is pretty robust, so I'm pretty happy with the robustness of it. Again, it does come supplied with the Fenix battery and the threads and the tail cap, if you want to call that the tail. That magnesium is so weird, right? I just got this unique super feel to it. I can't explain it. And I noticed too is after a few twists of taking the battery in and out, the threads seem to smooth out. It's like the magnesium kind of wears down just a hair, and it makes, I mean, what I'm saying is when you first open this and close it, it'll feel a little gritty, but now it feels like absolutely butter smooth. And I think that was just part of it being magnesium. The head strap does have the top portion to it. Let me untangle that for you. Get a better look at it, folks. Oh my goodness, what did I do here? I think I'll twist it up. So this is that newer material that Fenix is using in its headlamps. You'll see my other review with the Fenix headlamp rocking this new style. But this one was a little different in that they added, looks like I gotta bring that around a little bit, that silicone strip that they had in their earlier lights, which really helps to keep this light planted on your head. It'll help keep it from sliding. I've worn this. It weighs practically nothing and is very comfortable on my head. It almost doesn't need the top strap, but I understand why they have the top strap in there. Now, can you take this off? I think you can. See, that would come out and through there. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, but you could. I think you could take that top strap off. There's really no reason to. The backing is nicely curved. It doesn't pinch or do anything like that when it's on my head. I feel a trail runner could run with this pretty confidently. And for a larger headlamp, that's saying something. I would feel comfortable telling a trail runner how they could run with this. Again, it's a bigger light. It's not going to be a light, super light, little tiny light. This thing, you're going to know it's there, but I feel confident. My God, isn't that a beauty? Look at that thing. So, you know, the next portion of this is going to be, you know, getting this light out there and getting the trail test on it. Another thing too is in cold weather you could use two 123s in this. So it is compatible with two CR123 lithium primary batteries, so the big 18650. So in case again you're in those colder climates, that'll definitely help with cold weather. You know, the 18650s, I mean, it's just a fact, they really tend to struggle in cold weather. So you can use two CR123A primary batteries on this, which is awesome. So what do you guys think of this light? I mean, like I said, you know, doing a light of this design, I think is a company really stretching out and getting out of its comfort zone. You know, there's so many of the old style headlamp that everybody knows what it looks like, you know, and then there's the tube style. But then you got this, and this is a whole radical departure. And I know they worked on this light for quite some time, but I think with a light like this, you know, you have to get it right. You got to get it right. And I feel they did. I love this thing. It's just a beautiful light. Weight wise, I mean, it's under a little over 4 ounces with the battery. So 3.2 ounces, 97 grams, excluding battery, another ounce or so for the battery. So it's not terrible at all, honestly. And you don't notice it on your head. So it's not ultralight, but it's not, you know, a heavy monster, right? It's just not a heavy light for what it looks like. God, what a beauty, Fenix. So what do I like? Well, the whole package, right? I do. I really like the whole package. What do I not like? Personally, I think I would have went with a smooth reflector. You already have your floodlight. Personally, a smooth reflector to me would have made more sense. However, when I do get this thing going, you're going to see how much flood it has. It is incredibly floody light. It does throw a bit, but it doesn't throw very much because of the limitations of that reflector. Let's look at that reflector. Isn't that pretty? Look at isn't it beautiful? This guy, oh my God, it's so pleasant. Like, this is more of a cooler tint. This is more of a warmer tint. This is extremely pleasant on the eyes, by the way. You can kind of see the warmishness on my hand. Then when I change lights, you can see the cooler light for the spot. To me, I would have experimented more. Maybe they have, I don't know, with a smooth reflector. The other thing in Fenix, I'm never going to let you live this down. Put red lights in your lights, all of them. Maybe not all of them, but people do like their red lights. Red lights really do come in handy for people like me that really are in the outdoors quite a bit. Is the red lights. What do you guys think? What could have, I don't know, what could they have done differently? I don't know. I mean, this is a light. You don't see lights like this very often, so that's what I didn't quite care for about it. I don't know. We'll see. Once we get it out in the trail, you know, we'll see. So it's hard for me to kind of find any negatives just yet. But believe me, I'm going to be looking. So, pardon me, if you like what you saw today, do hit that subscribe button. Do hit like. Do share the channel with your friends. I am planning on doing some giveaways with Fenix, in that I may be buying some lights to actually give away on the channel to get us up to 500 subscribers. I think that'll give us a boost. And do share this with your friends. Share this on Facebook. Let people know I'm out here and what we're doing with these. And it helps me, it helps the channel, it helps everybody else. And again, one last look at this beauty. God, isn't that pretty? Again, that serial number, that may be the 13th one made. That'd be crazy. I doubt it is, but I don't know their coding. So guys, again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, being part of the channel. Like I said, if you like what you see, drop a comment down in those comment box. Do make sure you hit that subscribe button, and hope to see you soon. Cheers.